It's MrConectr. Welcome to the Great Awakening. Welcome to the financial revolution. We were discussing sidechain ledgers on the stream yesterday, how we could actually create our own privacy chain. Let's look into this, and we'll also discuss the cross-chain swaps that you can do. Okay, let's set up a new XRP ledger sidechain. This is just hypothetically. I'm not a code guy. I've never really ran anything with the ledger, so we're just looking at what's possible. Sidechain involves creating a new independent blockchain that runs alongside the main XRP ledger network. Sidechains use their own validators or federators, their own consensus rules, and their own set of nodes with no direct knowledge of the main chain. Very cool stuff here, guys. We're going to a decentralized world. They are useful for testing features like EVM compatibility or customized transaction types. The process typically uses the sidechain ledger kit from Spring, now Ripple X, which automates configuration for a standalone sidechain with bridges to the mainnet. There you go, bridges to the mainnet. Imagine hundreds or even thousands of sidechains running for different purposes that all connect to the XRP ledger, with native XRP able to be sent to and from these sidechain ledgers back to the native ledger. Very cool stuff. Let's see what chains are running right now. We've got Zahao since December 2023, Corium early 2024 with the XRP ledger bridge launch in Q1 of 25. Corium's big on tokenization, guys. They've got their smart tokens, which are similar to the MPT tokens. Smart tokens, both of these types are going to be huge for tokenization. XRP ledger EVM sidechain is the third one right now. So that's the total active 3 that are going now. Let's check out the GitHub, or let's see, anything else? Ecosystem growth. Upcoming developments like the Root network might get their own. No additional mainnet launches. Why only 3? XRP ledger sidechains emphasize quality over quantity. I like that. Prioritizing stability and interoperability. Masari's Q3 report notes multiple sidechains in development or recently launched, aligning with these 3 as the active ones. Zahao, Corium, XRP ledger, EVM. Who knows what's out there, though, running on testnet, guys? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Are these banks running their own version? Their own sidechains? We're going to go through this guide right quick on actually how it's done for the layman out there. That's me, and we're in this together. Let's see, a machine with Ubuntu, with the specs, GitHub, Python 3, and the build tools. Access to the main chain node. So I'm not sure if you need to run your own main chain node as well. I would assume so, have access to it. Okay, and there's a warning. This is for development test environments, because the main, yes, I assume you can run your own your own test net with the mainnet testnet. The build is hold on, let's get to that. First you have to install Rippled. If you don't know what Rippled is, it's the software that all the nodes run. The XRP ledger nodes, they all have to communicate. They all vote on the current ledger, which one is the current one. Rippled is the core software for the XRP ledger nodes, and here's the setting. So all you're doing is downloading for the sidechain. All you're doing is downloading the original mainnet chain, but you're using a sidechain branch for compatibility. So it's identical, but you get to make your own rules on this chain. This installs Rippled. Set up the sidechain launch kit. Okay, you're going to need to generate 1 to 8 federators or validators and bridges. You clone the repository, create a new config file, config the IP ports, generate this, generate that, your Genesis ledgers, validator keys. Each federator is a Ripple node acting as a validator. Just kind of going through this fast, guys. Let's see. Query this, query that. Connect additional non-validator nodes. Set up a bridge. Optional for XRP transfers. To enable the flow, here we go. To enable XRP flow between main chain and side chain, use the XRP Ledger JS client. So we've got this client here, and on the side chain, submit a signer list set for multi-signing. Fund the bridge and test transfers with the cross-chain account create commit. Fund the accounts, monitor, update, scale. If you want an Ethereum compatible sidechain. All right, let's actually, this was just Grok giving us an overall how-to. Let's actually go to the GitHub repository here, and this is actually from Xspring, or is it Ripple X now? Sidechain launch kit. This directory contains Python scripts to test and explore sidechains. The document walks through the steps to build a sidechain running your own local machine, on your own local machine, and make your first cross-chain transfers. Nice. So this section describes how to install the Python dependencies, create environmental variables, and create the configuration files that scripts need to run correctly. Install the sidechain launch kit. You will need Python 3.8 to build Rippled. Okay, Python scripts need to know locations to install this, to install that. The IP address of the node on the main chain. I wanted to show you one more thing. Okay, the shell. There's an interactive shell that can be used to explore sidechains. It will use the configuration files built above to spin up test rippled main chain running in standalone mode. So the testnet of the main XRP ledger running by itself in standalone mode, as well as your 5 sidechain federators running in regular consensus mode. So all your validators are running normally with the testnet XRP ledger. The shell will not start until the servers have synced. It may take a minute or two until they sync. The important thing is to notice there's 2 categories, one called for the main chain and one called side chain for the side chain. There you go. There's that. And main and side. So I assume it's, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not an expert on this. Is it using like a hook or whatever? Like the Zahao uses hooks, right? So somehow it's able to lock it up on the main. It's going to be able to lock it up on the main chain where it's unusable XRP on the main chain, the main ledger, and on the side chain, it's going to allow that movement to go over while it stays dormant on the main chain, and then vice versa. Very neat stuff. There are 2 accounts on the main net, root and door, and 1 account on the side net, or the side chain, the door. These are not user accounts. Okay, that's the main accounts. Okay, they want to add user accounts, Alice on one side and Bob, of course. The new account command does this for us right here. Just add the accounts. It's just going through how to note the account reserve on the side chain is 100 XRP. The cross chain amount must be greater than 100 XRP or the payment will fail, of course. Making a cross-chain transaction from the sidechain to the main chain is similar. So guys, this is my first time seeing, I know it's in testnet. This is my first time seeing the actual cross-chain transfers. Very neat stuff. Let's see, if you type balance, you may catch the cross-chain payment in progress, and XRP may be deducted from Bob's account before it's added to Alice. So that if this happens, just wait a couple seconds. I guess maybe they're split up upon ledgers, like maybe if it gets caught in between ledgers, it might not be on the same ledgers, because I assume these side chains are running simultaneous ledgers. So with their own transactions, of course. Very cool stuff. Those two cross-chain payments were called Hello World for sidechains. They are a Hello World for sidechains. Yeah, totally. We just said that. First time I've seen it. First time a lot of you have probably seen it. So very cool stuff. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this type of stuff. Glad you could get nerdy with me. MrConectr out. Peace, guys.